I remarked in a recent review that I really like the idea of ukulele stores having their own house brands. Got another one for you. Keep watching. Yes, it's got a ukulele review day. As always, this is your summary video review for the full detailed review linked below. Thanks again to those people who donated to keep this site going in the last week and before that. And why not think about subscribing to the YouTube channel? Hit the button down there and then you'll be notified about new stuff coming my way. Yeah, as I say, ukulele shops that develop their own house brands. It's a nice idea because they're putting out a lot of their brand faith and awareness into a model that they're going to sell and put their name on. And I'm surprised it took this particular store quite so long. That store is called the Uke Room in the UK, run by a guy called Matt Stead, who's also a teacher and performer. He's a very exacting sort of guy. He's got an enviable personal ukulele collection, sells some wonderful instruments, so he's very, very particular about what he likes. And he's been working with a Chinese company over the last year to develop these. There's been lots of back and forth. And this is called the Forest Ukuleles, his brand, because he's in the New Forest. FUZZ, FUZZ-S, Tenor. And when I took this one out of the bag, I immediately fell in love with it because it is really classy to look at. This is all solid woods, naturally. It's a solid spruce top in two pieces, really nice straight grain and a nice sort of yellowy colour, and he's backed and sided it with two pieces each of all solid ziricote wood. I've seen this in laminate before. Look how reflective it is. I've seen this in laminate before, but it's a hell of a good looking piece of wood, finished in this high gloss, which is a real fingerprint magnet on the dark wood, I must say. I think that contrast is something really special. I think that's extremely pretty to look at. Yeah, that's really, really nice. Rosewood tie bar bridge in a kind of reverse moustache shape. That's really tidily done, fitted with, I think it's bone compensated topped saddle. The decoration is just limited to the top. You've got edge binding that you can't really see around the top edge there, but it's there, but you see it when you go around onto the top, which gives it the illusion of the sides either being thicker or kind of wrapping round. Really like that. Inlaid dark and pale woods around the sound hole there. I think that's flamed maple plus something else in those sort of offset quadrants. I think that's really attractive as well. Inside, the bracing is really, really thin and delicate. I think it's sort of X-braced on the top. Notched linings, no mess anywhere. And that top is one of the thinnest I have seen on a solid wood instrument. It's supremely delicate. That's really nice and bodes well too. The neck, I think, is made of mahogany. It's in three pieces. There's a joint at the heel and a joint at the headstock, but they're really, really difficult to see. Extremely difficult to see. I love this sort of squared heel shape here. Makes it really, really comfortable, but also just looks great. It tapers off to a nice squashed, flattened profile up here with a roomy 38mm at the nut, 30mm G2A. The string spacing at the bridge, 43mm G2A. That's really roomy and wide. Topped with more rosewood. I say rosewood, it's so dark and black you'd be forgiven for thinking it was ebony, and I wonder whether it actually is, but it is really supremely dark. It's edge bound with dark wood, so no sharp fret ends on those 19 frets with 14 to the body. Rather like the flight we looked at last week, we've got these offset position markers at 5, 7, 10, 12, double 12, 15, oh, and one at the 7th. 5, 7, 10, 12, 15, and they are repeated with dots on the side as well, so that's really nice. Bone nut, and then I suppose we come on to the main event that everyone's been talking about. Maybe it's a Marmite thing. I really love it. I've never seen anything quite like it before. It's basically setting those tuners in line, so kind of getting the benefit of what Fender claim, which is that inline, keeping the strings straight from the nut and putting them into that sort of cross piece across the open frame headstock. That headstock is nicely shaped, faced in more dark wood, possibly the ziricote or some rosewood. I think it looks wonderful. I really like the look of this. The tuners rear facing, obviously, because of this design. They look close together. They are close together, and I'm really pleased to see that he didn't just go with regular friction pegs, because I think they would have been a real devil to turn. He's gone with Japanese Goto UPTs. There's gears inside these, so they face backward, but they turn like absolute butter. And I think that looks great too. They're great tuners. My only gripe is that he went with the aluminium metal finish. I think they would have looked better with the black finish or possibly the gold, because I find that aluminium, particularly on the front, looks a little bit industrial. There we are. That's a really minor gripe, isn't it? It's really well put together. The strings are worth fluorocarbons. You also get this really lovely embroidered gig bag with front pocket and nice funky red lining and a neck support. Great handle too. That's really nice. These are available in tenor and concert. As I say, this is the tenor, and that's going to set you back £449. That's really not a bad price. It's in mid-level Pono territory, and certainly punches above those, I think, on the looks. The finish and the build is absolutely exemplary. 449, yeah, intermediate price, but it's a very well made instrument from what I can see. It's not heavy. It's 695 grams. It's really nicely balanced. As I say, that top is incredibly thin. Yeah, there's a lot to like here. I'm really taken with the looks. Let's have a play. Spruce, probably going to be a bright sounding wood. Ziricote, I don't know enough about Ziricote so to know what that's going to do to it. Mellow it out, give it some richness. These tuners are wonderful, so accurate. Zingy, the shimmer. Oh, wow. This is a loud instrument. The volume is excellent. That sustain is excellent. I can feel it here. I can feel it in my chest. But it's that shimmery zing. That's really beautiful. That's a lovely tone. Yeah. The shimmer. All those notes are clear, but there's that. It's harmonising with itself. Yeah, it is bright, it is shimmering. I didn't mention to you, they also make this with a cedar top, which I think is going to be earthier, a bit woodier in sound, but I really like this, and that Ziricote is toning it back, so it's not too zingy. This is insanely good. This is really nice. I shouldn't be surprised when it comes to Matt Stead. He's, as I say, he's a pretty demanding guy. These launch next month, I believe, so they're not available yet. I'll put a link at the bottom of the review below to the Uke Room website. He's the guy to speak to find out when they're going to be available. The Forest Ukuleles FUZZ-S Tenor, all solid spruce top, solid Zero-Kote back and sides, wonderful look, really classy, and lovely sound too. Highly recommended. Really nice instrument. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Back next week. See you soon. Bye.